And in the air, first ball, wicket. So Adam Dale has done for Australia what Mark Taylor has wanted. In the air and out. Lovely shot through cover point, just standing there, not even thinking about running to the other end, because that was...
Down the wicket again, but this time it doesn't work. Adam Dale's got a big grin on his face. Goes over the top this time, just a bit too short for rifle. Waugh was tucked around the corner there, and again there's no fine leg. And Johnny Rhodes
on this sort of pitch. This is going to be 4 runs. Hit it a bit squarer.
The pull shot which he favours. So that's gone from the batting order. Whilst they've got to keep trying to score runs, he's holed out. No, he's hit it clearing Greg Blewett on the boundary. Think of around about 180 as being an expected score. That's 4. And that'll help get that up a little bit higher. They can keep that up.
Through the covers, and Callis brings up his 50 as well. So he joins Johnny Rhodes. He brings up his 50, that brings up the 100 partnership, and at the end of the over. 4 in the air, and a catch is called and out. So Bevan gets the wicket of Rhodes, and with him, Carl Rackman, as the ball goes towards the mid-wicket fence. It may go over the top.
Run rate steadily, and Bevan way too wide that time, and just helping us playing Australia. Now that is a very good cricket shot. Down, beautiful footwork, finds the gap on the offside. Oh, that was a magnificent stroke. Cronje moved down the leg side. Oh, beautiful slower ball. And another slower one.
Goes down the ground this time. Gillespie. Again, the change of pace, but Pollock takes him on, and this time he hits him straight down the ground. Shane Warne to bowl the last over of the innings. Pollock looks to come down the ground. He's hit it straight down the throat of Adam Dale. A rather awkward catching style for a low. The danger man tries to go over the top again, but well bowled by Shane Warne. They'll be running back for 2. Richardson's in trouble. He's gone. Final ball. Faster one again down the ground. This will go. 1 bounce just inside the boundary. A good blow by Klusener to finish it off. They've done well to get 221 here.
Ball down the track, over mid-wicket. In fact, in the end, over square leg.
Mark Waugh goes over the top. He's very good. Cronje to Mark Waugh, who gets a little bit closer to the middle of the bat. And it fairly race. Africa managed to bounce back. That's got to be out. Well, you can't last forever. You're going to stand there and keep nicking balls somewhere along the line. Somebody's going to catch one.
Some footwork there. Fortune favours the brave. Got down.
Been the dominant partner he's facing. Down the track, and Simcox does beautifully. Great piece of fielding by Simcox. Ingest the appeals
Already.
And Stuart Law stands and delivers and whacks that straight back over the bowler's head for 6. 61, Law on 29. Half volley, beautifully struck by Stuart Law. Got inside out, waited for the ball and placed it to the... And in the air, this time he's gone. So Simcox says, there's the way to the change rooms, straight to Rhodes.
Thank you, David. That's pretty close. He's given it out first ball. Well, I can count on one hand the number of times the pinch hitter has worked in. Little educated nick down to third man, and that's 4. Down the wicket, whips it away on the leg side. Bucker is not going to cut it off. Slower one, he goes for the sweep shot, and that's very well struck. It's over the top. 1 bounce. Faster one. Up and over. 1 bounce into the boundary between the 2 outfielders. Goes again. This will go way all the way. Just over the head of Adam Bucker.
6s. That looks like being another one. That is 6. High into the crowd over mid-wicket. Well, Pat, I don't know what you're going to do now. And he's gone to 103. What a marvellous innings. Consecutive 6s.
Finishes Pat Simcox off very well. All stand everywhere you look. What a marvellous innings. Oh, beautifully timed. That's another 6. And timed magnificently. That's picked the gap between 2 men on the boundary. And that line you're talking about, just to give...
Well, that's almost contemptuous.
Oh, I think that's out. Is there a call from the umpire? Stephen Waugh's not going.
Well, that's a fair comeback.
Give himself room. That's the runs. There's the boundary. And also his 50. Australians very, very happy.
So a man at the top of the order playing his first game and a man at the bottom in Adam Dale. And he's in the air immediately. He goes through shots. That's the style of Venuto. And aggressive from the very first ball. An outside edge going way past the third slip. Only 2 slips in place. Outside edge again. So Pollock not having much luck on that occasion. And in fact the boundary. And in the air. And he's got him. So a very good fielder at first slip, Daryl Cullinan. Venuto, the ball a bit full to cut. Ground. Short, and Mark Taylor gets one that he can put away easily towards square leg. Just one bounce over the rope. And on the leg side, over the top, can he catch it? What a catch! So, in just the 8th over. Already he shows his intention straight over cover point. Land legs, if you like. A slow ball from Callis, and in fact he went a bit lazily towards his left. He thought that somebody was behind him, but so much bat as he got on it, but it's nearly gone to 4. Alan Donald, in fact, drags it over himself. He's done a lot of work this morning, Alan Donald.
Too short. It's a good shot from Stuart Law. Very good player in that area. It's in the air, but it's also found the gap. It's past Cronje. The outfield is pretty fast. I don't think he's going to be able to catch it, so it's a short one, just where Stephen Waugh loves it. Alan Donald will be very disappointed with that. That's a... Stuart Law tries to go over the top. He doesn't get it all the way out of the ground, but one bounce.
And flicked away. This could be out. Just over the fieldsman's hand. He was just inside the boundary. Again, forcing the batsman to hit straight. This time finds the gap. Alan Donald not quite getting down to it. And
morning. And off the pads, no man out. Square leg is a fine leg and a mid-wicket, but neither of those men will get to the ball because it was placed and timed. A slow ball, and man at fine leg has come up into the circle, so that plenty of work to do for the outfielders. But so the 50 comes up for Stuart Law. A very good innings. Slow ball and put to mid-wicket in the air. There's a chance for a catch. What a catch at mid-wicket. Callis running around to his left. Steve Waugh brings up his half-century. And Steve Waugh brings up the second half-century of the Australian innings. Stuart Law the first. And a chance for run out now. Brilliant piece of fielding. The umpire's called. The South African fieldsmen know that they've got the wicket out with their scores on 50. Steve Waugh hasn't seen the red light
so far. This time Bevan decides to make up for it, and that's a 6. That's a big 6. This time he's down the wicket again. They'll be looking for 2. Blewett is also quick. Cronje, the fielder down there. Good pick up and throw. Here's trouble. He's hit the stump. He's knocked the middle stump out. It took...
Bad news for Australia, and as Greg Chappell said, only a direct hit was going to stop them.
The objective is another chance for a run out. A direct hit's got him cold. Well, that's a tragedy for the Australians. Michael Bevan sold Gilchrist down the river there.
And Warren clipping off the toes, and this time holding out. And he's bowled him. Straight through the gate, as soon as you give the guy the wrap. And a brilliant catch. Magnificent catch.
Bevan goes over the top, hits it beautifully. Strong his 8th over. Bevan thrashes it to the offside. Beats cover and in fact goes to the boundary as well. So a very well struck cover drive over the onside on this occasion. So 6 balls remaining. And brings up his half-century. So Michael Bevan becomes the third Australian to make a half-century in this match. The previous two were dismissed on this with their score on 50. Steve Waugh and Stuart Law, and his 50 coming from just 57 deliveries. So it's been a very good innings again.
That's not so good. Down leg side. One bounce and over the boundary. This time he's gone over mid-wicket. It was the length that's been fantastic. That'll be 4 more. So Adam Dale struggling a bit here at the moment. This is down the ground. He hasn't got quite the contact that he was looking for. Gibbs is renowned as an aggressive player. It'll be just hard enough to get into the boundary. It's a nick and he's gone. He's got his first wicket for Australia.
Showing intent there. Barker advanced towards Dale, who dropped it short. And that may have... That's not what Mark Taylor needs. That's a beautiful shot here. And has done it the best way possible. That's it. Terrible shot from Klusener.
And Cullinan down the pitch and over mid-off. The mid-off is inside the circle. Stuart Law having a long chase, but he won't get it. He tries to... on 15. Sweeps from outside off stump. Good, positive, aggressive stroke. It's going... In fact, it may go to the fence. It does. Well, that's how well Callis has hit that. Down leg side. The man at fine leg and rifle. Got plenty of work to do and did it pretty well initially and then lost it, then kept it and then lost it.
Sensibly. And then you get the odd one you can hit for 4. Faster one, but too short from Shane Warne.
Penetration.
Again, the short ball. This time blew it, unable to cut it off. Cullinan down the wicket, slashing it away on the offside, and that'll go for 4 more. The momentum building here now. The South Africans...
It's a wicket that offers few threats.
Trying this something similar, that time getting more bounce, Bevan, trying the flipper. And that's the 50 for Carlos. You see him signal. On the legs again for rifle. Beautifully timed. Don't think it'll go all the way to the boundary. It doesn't. Greg blew it around the field. That's 50 for Cullinan as well. Almost the... That was a beautiful shot. Short, Bevan trying to... Oh, beautiful. That's got to be... That's a great stumping. He appeared to overbalance Carlos.
It's a good shot. Straight through the gap. Johnny Rhodes joins in the picnic that's going. Down the ground this time. Nobody will stop this one.
Hit the ball high. And again there.
Equally as good a shot. This time a bit of stick at the end of the game. And that's the winning run. Rifle will let it go. It'll go to the boundary for applause in the dressing rooms as the South African players stand and applaud as one. On the stumps and whipped away. Very strong on square of the wicket on both sides, and that's the first boundary for the Australian innings. The mark. And cop that. And man up again inside the circle. You can't bowl leg stump when you do that, and you're going to pay the ultimate penalty. Blewett will tuck it away to the man at square leg. He'll look for 2, but won't get it. In fact, a bit of a mix-up now. Even Ernst going strive. He's out.
Rolling in as he would have liked because of the rain, and this is Cronje Rhodes pouncing. Caught straight to that short mid-wicket.
And he's out. Caught about by some very good bowling. That's what he's been in there. He's run out. Unbelievable. Australia on a death wish. Beautiful stroke. That is a quality stroke from Greg Blewett. He's waited a long time.
And he can't bowl there to Gilchrist. He is a very good player, square of the wicket on both sides.
Quite freely.
Leg side, there's a man at mid-wicket on the fence, and Crooks, and he's there. So straight down the throat. Healy again in the air, but there's a man there who won't get it, in fact.
Yes. Beautifully in position, and that's 4 runs. Magnificent timing there. There's 2 men. They would. He's gone this time. Trying to run it down to third man. Healy's gone.
Just over the head of Cronje to mid-wicket and into the boundary. And this could be his 50. The young man could bring up his first half century in Australian colours here at Kingsmead, and he does just that. That crowd here and the opposition team
during that period.
Lovely shot by Shane Warne, just getting past backward point. And got him. Trying to whip it through mid-wicket. And he can hit balls over mid-wicket for 6, Gilchrist, and that's what he's just done. And that's where he can go. Just as predicted.
He's usually over in that corner.
Oh, a brilliant catch. Oh, that's out. Absolutely plumb. There's a bonus. There's a bonus over the top of the keeper's head. Cheeky single. And Australia end up with a reasonably respectable 211. At the end of 50 overs, Australia 9 for 211.
Chasing 212 for victory. And immediately South Africa gets off the mark. In the air, Gully out. So a wicket to complete the first over. Steve Waugh taking a very well-judged catch at backward Gully. Gets over the ball and smashes it to the cover for point fence. In the air and down. Gilchrist at first slip. Puts a waist-high chance down. And smash that away.
They're going to run, and this could be very dangerous if there's a hit. What is umpire Diedrich's going to do? Oh, he's dropped him. Well, that's the second one that Gilchrist has put down at slip, and they've both been regulation slip catches. And now he goes over the top and gets 4 runs as he backed away. Yes. In the air, but safe and 4.
Good task for him as well.
Yeah. And in the air, so he got him. So Cullinan trying to step aside, hit inside out. And an appeal, and he's given him out. So Adam Barker, in attempting to play the sweep shot to a ball pitched very full and on the stumps. Gillespie to Rhodes. And bowled him. So the perfect Yorker, and the pressure that has built up on the South Africans because they weren't scoring freely. And can he get off the mark? Mixed up with the bowler's end and keeper's end, and he's hit the stumps. And the red light. Shark Cullis has to walk from the ground, run out for 1.
And a big flash. And off the meat.
Just like that, and he's got him. As Barry Richards said, the reverse swing was going to help him. It came off the boot. And that's lovely. We can't time them any better than that. Got him inside edge onto the stumps, and that's the man the Australians wanted to dismiss. And a big shout. And the umpire's given him, so he didn't get off the pads onto the stumps, but he got onto the pads.
This is a good hit. Good strike. Straight down the ground. That's 4. High full toss. It's up in the air. Warne's under it. And he's caught it. He's up and under. 3 men in the offside in the circle. Only 1 on the leg side. Warne will have to be outside, off stump and full. And he is pretty full. There's a confusion. They're both at the same end. Here comes the run out. And that's the game. A bit of confusion. Well, what a sad end really in so many ways.
Hansie Cronje, the home captain as usual, will spin, and Ian Healy of Australia will call. We're going to have a bad day. Ian Healy seems to be very lucky with the coin, Ian.
Yeah, have been 3 out of 3, so let's hope we can convert luck with the coin to luck in the game.
And the chance here for Richardson if he hits, and he misses, and there'll be 4 overthrows. So very poor backing up by the South Africans. Wide outside off stump, and that is a great shot. Going wider in the air, and beautifully struck, well placed. It was in the air too. And doesn't that hurt? The inside, and he's pulled that away. No man in front of square. A lovely shot from Davis.
Time.
This is over the head of mid-on, and will be 4 runs. Oh, he goes right back over the top of Donald's head, and it's a magnificent shot. It drives him past the onside of the stumps, and that's a very good shot. But he gets hold of this one, and it's over the head of mid-wicket. This one's away through mid-wicket again, and once more it's going to be 4 runs. And once again he goes for the big one off Donald and brings it off.
And they enjoyed that too. What a beautiful stroke. Nicely using the feet and just picking off the single. Very good 50. He's bowled him. Inside edge, onto the stumps.
And in the air, and that's what we spoke about before, trying to hit the ball on the leg side. And an outstanding shot. There's a man at backward point.
Quick on the offside.
That one didn't though. That's a boundary.
84. And he goes to 88. Picks the cap. And I guess the surprise is he's given him out. Didn't play today. This one could be out. It's up in the air. Simple out. Herschel Gibbs.
Nice shot by Steve Waugh, and a misfield. So, just when I said he can't hit boundaries, he gets... lovely shot from Bevan. To go from 1 to 5 with a shot like that against a quality bowler is good. Consistent, and that's bowled in.
Now that's the danger for Rudy Bryson.
1 good length ball.
And he's gone again. Yes, we've seen misfields today. Will this be one? Yes, it is. And somebody kicked the fence over. A good breakthrough there. Full and banked away. That's 4. Bevan gets it right this time. So it's up in there. It's high. Looks like it'll be out. Good catch. Well judged by Johnny Rhodes. Not Johnny Rhodes. And straight back. That'll be a 2, you would imagine this time. Healy's on the turn quickly. And Australia get the highest score against South Africa here at Wanderers. They can get 7 for 258 at the end of 50 overs. And especially Michael Venuto, that really strong innings of 89 off just 114 deliveries.
Lovely outswing and a lovely shot as well. Placement is very good. It gives Gillespie a long chase. I don't think he'll get to it. That's better in the air and just wide of Steve Waugh in the gully and a boundary. And he's had a big dash at that and got the edge, but no slip as we've spoken about. And a big shout he's given him. So playing across the line, the ball not bouncing as much as Adam Barker thought, and Dale gets the breakthrough for Australia. In the air, and Steve Waugh at points, got him. So walking down the pitch, trying to whack the ball over mid-wicket. We discussed it earlier. Wanderers a full house, drifting on the leg stump, and a chance now for a run if he hits the stumps, and he's done just that. The Aussies think it's pretty close.
Very close. In if he slides his bat. because he didn't, he's out.
Well, you talked about run-outs, Mark, a couple of overs ago. There's been 2 wickets out of Gilchrist to the amusement of his Australian teammates as a wicket-keeper. Lovely shot. He's a beautiful striker of the ball, Daryl Cullinan. Not many Australians. And he flays the ball through the offside. That's a lovely shot. You can talk about...
So through the covers. Runs past that short cover, every chance of getting to the fence, and does.
Beautiful stroke that. That's going all the way. That's 6. Attempted the flipper that time. Didn't really come out. And it's gone all the way to the boundary for 4. First bit of variation. You've
Mid-wicket's head.
straight stuck in the fingers over the fence. That's 6. I certainly am surprised. There's another one, and it's gone again. 12 off 2 balls. Attempted bouncer, and that was a poor piece of bowling by...
And in the air, a chance here now, going straight down the ground, come in from long on as a collision, no, but Gilchrist takes... No, he doesn't. Well, there were 2 men coming to each other. And that's smashed away. You won't see any better cut shots play. Lovely slide ball, but whipped away cleverly to bring up his half-century. So as Mike Haseman said, Cullinan in good form. Halfway mark, South Africa in a comeback, 3 for 124. To Cullinan, got him. Ball didn't bounce, pitched middle and off stump. Cullinan played across the line, and 59 balls for his 50, Jacques Kallis. A very good innings. He came in at 3 for 31, and he is still there at 4 for 146.
Oh, that's a big hit. And he's caught. He's gone. That's a good breakthrough for Australia. Just trying to run it down to 3rd man.
Down the pitch, and that is a big hit. That is a long way.
On the ground.
Over pitching that time. And he's out. Full toss, as so often is the way. And he's bowled him. Sheer pace that was. Sheer pace. Delight for the young man. 11 to win. So there's got to be a 6. Followed by another 6. And you can't hit those balls for 6. That's well bowled. Impossible to hit a ball that's that full over the fence. And it's over. Well, South Africa played brilliant. They've made 250. Batting last. Skyrockets are flying. Flags are waving. Rudy Bryson congratulating Australia, and Shane Warne finishing out under an enormous amount of pressure and doing the job very well.
Australia lead the 7-match series 3-2. The first ball of the match has been bowled by Dale to Adam Barker, and immediately the swing that we've come to expect from Adam Dale in this series is very evident. And again, leg side, fine leg, can't get to the ball, so a long chase, and...
Bowled with a bat, very lucky to get away with that.
And not that, yes he has. Well, a bit of a mix-up there. And a wide delivery, and that's gone straight over cover for a 6. Big boys. And have a look at that.
A beautiful stroke. He's certainly in good. And there's the wicket, taking the charge to it. That is a majestic stroke. That's Hansie Cronje at his very best. Very good record. Just a bit of width, and he's found the gap again, perfectly bisecting the 2 fieldsmen, and his fast
To Hansie Cronje.
He's bowled the leg stump line, and that's gone miles. And that could be 4 more. Just a full toss from Warne. Gillespie. And that's gone that time. Healy makes no mistakes. Very good bowling by Jason Gillespie. Speed. Short that time, plenty of width, and you don't have to use your feet too much.
And this is hit through mid-wicket, and very well too. It was a bit short from Shane Warne. This is in the air, but safe over the head of Shane Warne, and
Plays the hook shot very well. The man is inside at fine leg once again.
Big spurt from here.
And consecutive boundaries to bring up the 50 partnership between Cullinan and in the air, but the single brings up his half century. Good delivery and just getting away with the Cronje, but the crowd. Great shot, clipped over mid-wicket.
Just whipped over mid-wicket. That's Daryl Cullinan's 50. 4 fours, 50 balls, so...
Again, going to the well, this time finding the gap perfectly. And this ball, a full toss again by Blewett, and...
Because he can.
And that's another boundary. Fine leg up in the circle. Greg Blewett straying onto the legs this time. And that's a beautiful stroke. That is just a classy... Cronje goes to the well again. And this time connects all the way over the fence for 6.
And he whacks it through the covers. Very well played shot.
Because his bat was in the air.
Blewett in the action again. It's like they knock him down at the Royal Show. And he's called for the picture again. Very demonstrative. And he's out.
To the line of the ball.
And in the air it goes. Mid-off is coming in from outside the fence and he's caught it. So Mark Waugh with a very good safe pair of hands in the slips. Shane Warne bowls down to stumping. So 2 wickets in 2 balls. And Callis coming down the pitch trying to hit Shane Warne back over his head. And the left-handed slog has come into play. Johnny Rhodes has a smile.
Spearing it towards the legs again, but Pollock up to it. Yeah, good bowling. And he's got him, I think. It's a bit of indecision and a chance again, but this time pretty safe. Derek Crooks extremely quick between the wickets. And that's beautifully struck. He hit straight down the ground so well. Mid-on was a bit wide. Oh, high and handsome. And 6 runs. Gillespie again trying for the full pitch delivery. That's a big hit. Straight down the throat of Adam Dale, who takes the catch. So Andy Bickle gets a wicket. Full of length back to the bowler, and that is a very good delivery. So South Africa, you would think, have made enough runs here with a very good batting display.
Where Australia in pursuit of a huge total, 285 for victory. We'll start with Greg Blewett and Mark Waugh on the West Lane end. And in the air, and got him. So Mark Waugh goes 3rd ball of the evening. Strike to Rudy Bryson. And lovely shot. He'll be pleased with that. Didn't quite get it the way that he would have liked, but at least he was coming towards the ball. Hit it wide. The same delivery that got Mark Waugh, but Greg Blewett makes no mistake. Bryson to continue. Blewett smashes him through the offside. And
he's hit it in the air, and there's a fielder there, and he's taken the catch. And that is... He's got this one away. And Crooks and Rhodes are after it. The ball's going to beat them both. Down the wicket and smashes that one away. And hit over the infield, into the covers, and
take a catch standing up over the stumps.
Now he's bowled, and that was a wild swing there. And that's going to go for 4.
Stephen Waugh now, another one. Gave himself room, smashed that away. And another one. That's 3 in a row.
6.4 per over. Bevan tries to help that away, and he does. So a big hit from Michael Bevan over the top. And chips it away beautifully. That's a very good shot by Michael Bevan. Bevan stands and swings it towards long on, and a bit of a fumble impact and misfield for 4 in the end. So
he's saying 2 again. He called look for 2 last time. 50 to Michael Bevan to find gaps. There he goes again. He's found that perfectly. He's tried that 2 or 3 times, and this time they've found Crooks out. This is the 100 partnership.
Lovely shot. exquisite placement by Michael Bevan. That has split three fieldsmen, the man at cover point on the fence, and long off. And a good over for the Australians. Bevan will look for two, and he'll get it out because Donald missed fields. In fact, if Waugh is quick enough, he'll be able to get three. Steve Waugh brings up his 50, and Australia goes to 3 for 181. Nice and full, but punch through mid-off, and that'll go all the way to the boundary. That is how you start a new over if you're the batsman. This will be the man that you would think would come in next. And that is a lovely shot. A boundary to the Australians to end. Whipped away again by Waugh. That should go to the fence with a bit of luck for the Australians that has. Callis not able to get to it. A lovely shot by Michael Bevan again. He's cover driving tonight, and his off driving has been very, very good.
Waugh on 70. Taking the chase out, and this is going to go all the way. It's a 6. There it is, and he's brought it up in style. A magnificent cover drive. What a glorious way to bring it up. And that is a magnificent century off just 93 deliveries. Even better performance. A little bit of bat on. Oh, he's been given out.
And a bigger shout for LBW. The umpire has put his finger up, so Pollock gives South Africa a real sniff of a chance. Behind square leg, one long on. And that's one of the men, but he won't get it because that's one bounce over the fence. So a great shot by Gilchrist. Too short and on leg stump. And there's a man at third man, but he won't get there. That's the man to bury. So a dot ball here is what they need. And it's into the air. That could be the winning shot. It is. Healy wins his second game in a month for Australia with the same shot. The test match went for 6. This time it went for 4. He is the Australian captain, and he has hit the winning runs for Australia to win the one-day series against South Africa. The best of 7, Australia now goes into an unbeatable lead here at Centurion Park. And back over his head. Lovely shot. He's a nice hitter of the ball, Lance Klusener. And a very wide delivery. And Gibbs hit so well over cover. In fact, he's hit it that well at 6. Good on. Klusener stands and delivers over wide mid-on. It may go all the way, it does.
Trying to emulate the shot.
Have less confidence.
And that's trying to compensate and just overcooking it a little, and that is a beautiful stroke. Klusener that time. And that's 4 more. That's very well struck. The bat was up there waiting like a baseball batter, really.
That was a better delivery.
Well, Herschel Gibbs can't believe it.
1 for 61.
This time Simcox makes good contact. That'll be 4. Beautifully struck. I thought for 1. And there is that bit of width, and that's magnificently driven. Just to, when you bomb
to recover before facing the next ball, which he hammers now, and it's a big hit, and it's 6. Field for LBW. Oh, there's going to be a run out. Well, that is absolutely crazy. To Julian. And he lashes it through the covers. And it's going to go for 4.
And there it is. The single brings up Lance Klusener's 50. We opened the innings today for South Africa. And that is a big hit. That is a rang long hop. That has been... And Cronje goes again. That is a stand-up pull shot. And no problems to get.
He's got that. That'll be 4 runs. That's just so beautifully timed. Again, and repeating the word exquisite. That is timing at its best. A bit more width this time, and it was a slight miscue, but nevertheless, that's the 50 for Cronje.
Push onto the pads, or bowl short, because that ball is out of here.
Yeah, in combination.
He saved himself some money, but here's a chance for some more money if somebody can catch this. And in the air, and got him. And smashed that straight down the ground. It was in the spot for a cover drive. And that is a high hit. A chance here now, getting under it, will go to the rope, and he caught it, and he goes over the fence for 6. It was a great catch by Blewett. He wins himself 1,000 rand.
Bowling at this level. Nothing wrong with his batting, that's obvious. And that's the end of his innings.
South Africa now 4 for 264. And swing in the middle of the ball.
And that man up with fine leg, that's caused the problem. And that's another great stroke. That's 4 more. Oh, this is a good over. And that's the danger. Just not too full that time. That's back live. And a good Yorker. And Jacques Collis. He's out. There you go. Hiding to nothing, Cronje Rhodes. But he had to do what the team needed him to do. And that's 4. Found the gap between point and backward point. And that
Balls, as you'd expect. That's a repeat of the previous shot.
and a big hit and over the top. 4 more to finish it up. And South Africa finish with 6 for 310.
Square the wicket again in front of point. You hit the opening bowler in front of point, you're in pretty good touch. No slip in place now, and he's crashed that through cover point again. Second boundary in the same area, like a Matthew Elliott. And got him. The inside edge, the in-swinging delivery, and got him. So Mark Waugh just trying to run it through the vacant slip area and bowled him. Very, very good bowling by Pollock. He's been bowling out-swingers.
That's a magnificent stroke. That's better.
And roll back onto his stump.
But right now he's chasing boundaries, and that's what I was talking about. Beautiful stroke. That's Stephen Waugh at his best. Just waited on that. Found the gap. Beautifully placed by Stephen Waugh. That's another one.
Beautiful batting from Steve Waugh. That's the 3rd boundary in this over.
And they must be also. Beautiful stroke. And out. I don't know why.
Joburg 30-odd. Magnificent century at Centurion Park. And that's a great shot.
Yes, he's timed that one beautifully, Michael Bevan, and
You've got to keep playing. Can he get it through this time? 3rd time lucky for Michael Bevan. And he does play that shot beautifully. Donald to continue. And Waugh has just clipped that off the pads. And you won't see a better shot through mid-wicket. And in the air past Scully, backward point.
it was a thorn. And Michael Bevan, high in the air, Klusener gets around to it, and it's sensational catch. What a catch, right underneath that commentary box. He covered miles. What a day he's having. Stephen Waugh not holding back, straight to the fence for 4. Had his plans. That's more like it. Found the gap beautifully there, Stephen Waugh. That's a shot of a master batsman.
Valuable runs.
That's going to be out. Greg Lure chasing those runs. Levels and all styles of cricket. And Stephen Waugh just continues to find those gaps. There'll be a couple in it for him. And that's his 50. Australia 6 for 141.
Take the leaf out of the Australian book and always bowled him round his legs. Unbelievable, despite the sore hand. Hit hard this time and he's found the gap. But 19 overs to go, and if he hit them like that, he's got every chance of going to his 100. That's a big one right over the head of mid-wicket.
Much quicker than that.
He does. It is hit in the air, and it's again maximum. That's well hit by Rifle. And it'll go for 4.
Pull Rifle on strike, I would have thought, against Donald. And that's it. Well, not getting his foot across the ball, not playing a legitimate cut shot. And over the top, there's a man at third man, which will go over his head. And got him. Great delivery from Klusener, going wide on the crease. So Donald starts to Waugh. And Waugh's not going to stand around and have a look. He has smashed that back. And that's it. So the full toss, it's the stump on the full. And South Africa win comprehensively here. The two captains shake hands.
And I really can't quite follow it.
Immediately the outside edge from Paul Rifle. Third man is very square.
This is high, very high, and 6. Oh, and that's going to be 4 extremely cheeky runs. Now this is a magnificent shot. At last he's been able... Is gone straight up in the air, and there's a fielder underneath it, and he's got it. And Koen is out.
Nice positive step, a chance to run out if he hits. Well, he's hit. The umpire will call for the third umpire. The South African batsman will take the extra run.
He's gone.
Beautiful stroke, just picked up. 2 bounces. There it is. That's what he was trying for. Well, that stayed down. You saw it. Into the outfield. 4 runs. That'll be 4. Beautifully placed.
And that brings up the 150 for South Africa. And it may in fact go for 4. If Dale can't get it, he can't. And in the air, but no man at that 45 degree we spoke about it. Adam does it the same horse, different jockey, and he's given it to Sydney Harbour. Outside edge to bring up the 50. He'll look for 2, and not even he can get it. So a very good half century to Johnny Rhodes. Swollen in the air. Mid-on is up inside the circle. A lovely shot. Just at you. And edge. So Jason Gillespie rewarded with good line, good length. Crooks who really struggled.
It's over the fence. It's a big hit this. High, wide, and handsome. Using his feet. Beautiful stroke. Made the length. He's got it again. And another 4.
4 runs every time.
Over the wicket, that'll be out. Yes, he's given him. Full of length. Oh, slipping from Gillespie's hands. A no ball call, I would think. A full toss above waist height. Generally regarded as dangerous. There's a direct hit. It's all happening here.
I think he may be out. Well, tremendous effort from Dale. Down on the boundary at fine leg.
And the backhander sweep. And it worked. Of course. He's flighted it. And that's gone a long way. Straight hit again. That's 4 more. There was 16 off the over. They'll think of 2. Bryson, Johnny Rhodes, very quick coming back. And a wild throw, but there's only 2 runs in it. And what a marvellous finish this is for South Africa. 50 overs completed, 8 for 245. There's the scorecard.
As Pollock runs into bowl. So Greg Blewett. Lovely pull shot from Venuto. He's a boundary hitter early in the innings, and he's going to start off down the track, and he's missed it. And middle stump goes. Get off strike, you can now. He's hit that pretty well. You get 2 runs. In fact, you'll get 4 runs. And you don't bowl there to Michael Venuto because he will smash you away. Great catch by Dave Richardson. First slip with it at about second slip. Balls are bouncing from him this series. And got him first ball. Steve Waugh just shuffling across the crease. He loves to play back. And comfortably played. A bit of a mix-up with the bowlers. And he's hit the stumps and they've appealed. So Michael Di Venuto thought there was a runner offering. The South Africans believe they've got another wicket. Third on 3, Healy on 4. Square cut by Bevan is brilliant. A lovely player square of the wicket, Michael Bevan.
On Donald. And attempted pulleys, gets it away. Probably not quite where he wanted it. But it's 4. This looks like it could go all the way, and it does. There's a positive shot.
Great shot from Michael.
Caught and bowled. Well, once too often did he try and hit the ball in the air.
Shane Warne trying to shift the balance, and a drop catch. Well, he looked, for all intents and purposes, Alan Donald to be able to swallow that. And there it is. There's his 50. Well played, Michael Bevan. Taking the charge that time, and bad luck again. Just good dive. 11 off is over. And there's a big hit. That's over the fence. It's a 6. Correct out to point. And Cronje Rhodes looking for a run out here. Big shout. Bowling for the camera. What a marvellous piece of fielding by Crooks.
Good fielding, that.
Very capable batsman. As is Michael Bevan. That's a beautifully placed shot. It's 4.
Just like that, and he's appealed. In fact, he's out. Well, what a tragic end for Paul Rifle. And likewise, well, consecutive boundaries. Bevan hits it in the air. Cullinan's running around from mid-wicket. Oh, great catch in the end. Well, Cullinan was called out of it. Tries to cut him away. Lovely shot. That'll go to the boundary. So Dale said...
Gillespie smashes that one over mid-off. That'll be another boundary. That's the... another one. This is out. This is the end. And Adam Dale looks to see if Mark Waugh is coming, but he's not. So there's the scorecard for Australia. Just really the top order letting the side down.